I'm starting a Korean language school in Seoul this December, and I just spent the past few weeks building the ultimate comparison chart of every Korean language program that I'm interested in. Most YouTube videos that I found are from 20-somethings taking a gap year. So here's the breakdown for those of us that actually care about neighborhood vibes, actual living costs in dollars, and being in class with other adults that remember a life before smartphones. So here are a few things that actually matter to me and that I'm factoring into my decision. First is the availability, the start time. Not every Korean language program has a December start time, and that's when I'm wanting to go, so that's obviously very important. Second is the neighborhood vibe. I'm 31 years old, and even though that's not old by a long shot, I don't want to stay in a purely college party type neighborhood. Third is the intensity level. There's a huge difference between medium intensity and high intensity when you're trying to build a new life abroad. Fourth is the international mix. I specifically wanted a program with a good amount of diversity, not just other Asian international students. And finally, the value. These programs can range anywhere from about $2,300 to $2,700 for about a 6-month program. That $400 difference is real money when you're self-funding. Here's a quick but crucial note. If you're looking to leave in December of 2026 like I am, most school applications open up in September and close in October. And it's on a first come, first served basis. I'm using Hanguk to handle my applications, which I'll explain next, but make sure to mark your calendars now. So like I said, I am applying through Hanguk. It's a free agency service, and here's everything that they help you with. They check all your documents before submission. They coordinate direct correspondence with the schools. They help with visa support and even housing assistance. And so here's the December timeline if you're using that program. Now through September, you should be preparing your documents. September through October, the official application window opens. Sometime in October, you usually get your acceptance letters. November is your placement test, and December is when you start your classes. And it's free because the schools pay them by commission, but either way you pay the same tuition. So let's get into all the schools that I'm looking at. My number one pick is Sejong University. For a 6-month program, it is $2,356 and $3,500 for a 9-month program. And it honestly has the best value on my list. It's in the Gwangjin district near Konde. It has a real neighborhood type vibe to it. There's cafes, there's restaurants, there's nightlife. And the nightlife there is fun, but not overwhelming like it can be in Hongdae. Some of the perks they have are a buddy program, free supplementary courses like a topic prep course, cultural activities, and dorm availability for initial settling. This is my number one pick because it has a medium intensity level, which I think will be manageable while I'm finishing my master's program, working on my TEFL certification, and obviously creating content. Konde has a perfect balance, I think. Young enough to be fun, but mature enough to have substance. Sungkyunkwan University is my second choice, and it honestly almost took first place. It's in Haewa, which is like an artsy theater district. Think of it as Seoul's off-Broadway area. Sophisticated, but not chaotic. Now, the academic rigor for this program is high intensity. They're serious about language learning over there, but it comes with a topic advantage. They're a testing venue and their students get first priority when it comes to picking seats, which if you know how competitive topic registration is, then you know that this is huge. And their price for a 6-month program is about $2,500. And it's my second choice because the intensity level made me pause. Yes, I want to become fluent and very proficient in Korean, but I also want to be able to enjoy my life. Dongguk University was my number 3 choice, and it surprised me with its location benefits. It's walking distance to both Myeongdong and Dongdaemun Marketplace. We're talking shopping, food, culture, and everything Central Seoul has to offer. They offer academic scholarships, dorm options, a buddy program, and cultural activities. And for a 6-month program, it's also about $2,500. It offers a medium intensity level with an incredible location. If you want to be in the heart of Seoul, this is it. Konkuk University is my 4th option. It's in the Konde area also. And from the research that I did, the vibe that I'm getting from Konkuk University is very college town type. Cheap eats, nightlife, young energy 24/7. They offer dorms, topic preparation, and a buddy program. And for a 6-month program, it's about $2,600. Now, this is number 4 on my list because it is a medium intensity level in a very young area, which is great if you want that college redux life experience. Hanguk University is number 5, and honestly, it's number 5 because it's in the Hongdae area. I love Hongdae, don't get me wrong, but it's just so overwhelming sometimes. I don't think that I would want to live/study in that area. But their program for 6 months is about $2,500. And let me just add, I know that I don't have to live in the exact area that my school is in, but I think it would be a big plus. I did not rank this next school because it's my special choice that I really want. There's just some more deliberating that I have to do before I'm sure if I know this is the one. Kyunghee University, I didn't even put a rank next to it. I put a sparkle next to it because it has the most internationally diverse student base. Not just students from China and Japan, but Brazil, France, Morocco, Mexico, Germany, everywhere. And the location is in the Hanguk district, which is more residential, more authentic neighborhood, but it's still connected. And for their 6-month program, it's about $2,600. And why I think this school is special is because when you have people from all over the world, what language do you have in common? Korean, the one that you're all studying together. It forces practical usage in ways that being surrounded by only English speakers probably wouldn't. Hanyang University is my number 6 option. Hanyang is in the Wangsimni, oh my goodness, Wangsimni. Hanyang is in the Wangsimni area. It's a student area with budget-friendly everything. And for a 6-month program, it's close to $2,700, which is the priciest option on the list. It's not bad, it's just not as compelling as my other options. So let's just break down all the numbers real quick. For a 6-month program, the cheapest is going to be Sejong at about $2,300. The most expensive is Hanyang University at $2,700. And the difference between the two is about $312, which could be about a month of groceries in Seoul. Now, here are some of the hidden costs that not a lot of people mention. Your application fee can be anywhere from $75 to $100, and that's non-refundable. Textbooks can range from $40 to $60 per term. Health insurance is sometimes included, or sometimes it might be about $50 extra. Your visa application can be anywhere from $60 to $80, and document preparation can be anywhere from $100 to $200, especially if you need a translation or if you need to get an apostille degree. Now, based on the math that I did, I think a good budget for a 6-month program would be anywhere from $9,000 to $12,000 minimum. That covers anywhere from $2,400 to $2,700 in tuition, $500 to $800 a month in housing, depending on what kind of housing you choose, and $600 to $800 a month for living expenses. So after all of this research, I think I'm going to go with Kyunghee University. Now, their program is very competitive, so I will probably apply to Kyunghee and Sejong University at the same time. But here's why this internationally diverse university won out initially over Sejong University. 31, I'm not just learning Korean, I'm building a new life. The connections that I make matter just as much as the language that I'm learning. Being surrounded by people from Brazil, Kenya, France, and Korea, and we're all navigating this journey together, that's the experience that I want. Plus, when nobody shares your native language, you're forced to use Korean. There's no falling back on English, no clustering with other Americans. It's linguistic sink or swim. Extra $264 over Sejong University, I think is worth it. These are future travel friends, business connections, and people who understand the expat experience from all angles. And honestly, being the only Black woman in a room is different than being one of many international faces. Representation matters, even in language school. So let me share a few more things that I learned that I don't see too many people talking about. Most schools are about 60 to 70% students in their 20s. To maintain your visa, you have to attend class 80% of the time. Miss more than 20% of classes, no visa extension, and they track everything. And regarding their placement tests, don't be surprised if you place lower than you expect. That topic 2 that you're so proud of, well, the speaking portion of your placement test might place you back down in the beginner area. And the reality of the schedule, you have class 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, with about 2 to 3 hours worth of homework. This is a full-time commitment. In the living situation, you're in your 30s like me, or even somewhere in your late 20s, the dorm options is a room full of people that might be a lot younger than you. And at my age, I'm willing to budget for a studio. So if you're starting in December of 2026 like me, or wanting to start in December of 2026 like me, this is your timeline. You have to get your degree or your diploma. They need proof of high school or higher. Make sure that your passport is updated. You need at least 18 months of validity left. You have to save about $10,000 minimum for your visa application. And if you haven't already, start learning Hanguk. Starting in September, or maybe even starting now, email all of your documents to Google Hanguk so that they can check over it and make sure that you're ready to go. If you need to, get your documents translated. You cannot translate them yourselves. You will have to hire a professional translator. And make sure you write your personal statement if your application calls for it. Once applications open, submit them as soon as possible. Acceptances are on a first come, first served basis. Make sure that you pay all your fees and upload all of your documents. From October to November, that's when acceptance letters start rolling in. You have to pay your tuition in full, at least with Google Hanguk. In most language schools, even if you apply independently, there are no payment plans. You apply for your D4 visa and you book your flights. And then in December, classes begin. So here's some real advice from the research that I did. As far as housing goes, unless you're on a super tight budget, skip the dorms. Get an Airbnb for the first month. then find a studio. Facebook groups and even Google Hanguk can help you find stable housing. And as far as scheduling goes, I am a morning person, so I think that I would like to get some morning classes, but that sounds good until you realize your first class is at 9 a.m. and then you also have to factor in your commute. So the afternoon might work better for your work-life balance. If it's available, join your school's buddy program or mentorship program, but also try to find other expat groups outside of school. You need adult friends that aren't just your classmates. If you're a content creator or you just want to document this journey like I am, remember, you can't film in classrooms without permission, so plan your content accordingly. And please, at least learn Hangul before you leave. Most schools level 1 only reviews Hangul for the first 3 days, so don't be that person that struggles on week 1. Here's my biggest takeaway. There is no perfect school. There's only the perfect school for your priorities at your stage of life. For me, at 31, making a major life change, wanting to document this entire journey, Kyunghee's diversity and location beat out the cheapest option, but your calculation might be different. If you're in your late 20s or older and you're planning this move, drop a comment. Let's build a community of adult learners. It's different than doing it at 22, and that's okay. In the next video, I'm going to be documenting my application process step by step, every form, every document, every fee. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss it. And if you're applying in December of 2026, we might be classmates. So let me know in the comments. Fighting! Let's get this Korean language journey started.